Hey, welcome back to Home Studio Pro. This is going to be a quick video, but also a relatively important one as we define two totally different things. What is the difference between a pop filter and wind foam for a microphone? A lot of times you'll hear a pop shield or a wind filter or some combination of both. These are two different things that serve entirely different functions, but a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this too, we mix them up, we combine them, we make them one, or we get them totally wrong. We mean one thing, we say the other. Anyway, welcome to the channel, Home Studio Pro. Subscribe if you like this type of stuff, and thumbs up on this video at the end if it provided you with some value. So what is a pop filter? Well, it's a protection filter. It literally deflects moving air, right? And I guess wind foam kind of does that too, but it more blankets it. This is literally to take air that's going in and deflect it in a downward different direction. Hang on. Got one right here. Look at that. Okay, this is the Stedman 101 wind foam. And literally if air comes in here and it comes down, it like the grates on this, it's really hard to spell this out, but it'll take air that hits it and it will push it down away from the capsule of the microphone so that I do not pop. Pop, plosive, pop, plosive, pop, plosive. Oh, pop, plosive. See? Like, that's what it does. It deflects moving air. It doesn't trap it. It doesn't insulate the mic from it. It literally pushes it away from the capsule. These are usually, quite thin, as you can see here. I mean, look at when it's sideways, you can barely almost even see it. These are not custom usually to the mic. A wind foam is custom to the mic. It sits at a certain size around the diameter of the microphone. It's really usually custom built, custom made to the microphone. But generally speaking, pop filters are not custom to the mic. They're usually circular. They mount on somewhere here and they sit right in front of the mic. Between the mouth and the microphone is the pop filter. And generally speaking, the pop filter does not alter the sound. Maybe because it's metal. Sometimes these are mesh. This one is metal, by the way. They're so thin that frequencies just kind of go right through this, even though, I mean, there's perforation here. It's not a solid material, but it doesn't generally alter any one particular region of the frequency spectrum. It really doesn't. A pop filter is pretty good at just doing its job, deflecting that moving air from one source. And that's why you see a lot of these in studio situations. You don't see these outside because air could be coming from any direction, hence the wind foam, hence our next conversation. But generally speaking, in a studio where the air is only coming out of my mouth when I say pee, pop, or bees have plosives too, but generally that's the reason why those are used in the studio. And they don't alter sound. They're very transparent. As opposed to wind foam. Here we go. Here's a big one from this is the SM7B's close talk wind foam, the larger one. This is more of a protection cover, right? Like when you put this on the microphone, like it protects the capsule, it protects the whole diaphragm area, the business end of the microphone. Now this actually absorbs moving air. It can't really deflect it. I mean, this is, at some point in here, this is probably a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick on the inside. Oh, look there it is on the screen, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. But it absorbs the air like out of your mouth or the ambient air from actual wind. It catches it. Basically, it tries to, like a blanket, it insulates the microphone from that. It's got a snug fit, a custom fit, usually on the microphone. But what I really want to share with you is that wind foam can alter the sound on your microphone. It's like literally putting a sock over your ear. How is that different? And I know companies try so hard to design these to be acoustically transparent, and you hear that a lot. I mean, I think Neumann makes one for this microphone that costs like $60 to $80 or something, and they say it's acoustically transparent. It's not. It's impossible to make something a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick, stick it over the microphone, and have it sound the exact same. It's just impossible. Usually, it's the higher end frequencies, like the 8 to 10,000 hertz range, that get cut off the most when you put on a wind foam. But I will tell you the value of this, right, is literally if this microphone were outside, we were broadcasting outside, and wind is coming from all different directions. By the way, this mic will never be outside. A wind foam will protect it from a gust, making the capsule become disturbed and basically popping the microphone, right? So this can alter the sound. This is like an ultimate shield, a last case scenario for recording. Don't sacrifice the sound of your mic. If you've got plosives, put a pop filter on. I almost said pop screen, pop filter. And I guess pop screen is okay, but usually it's pop filter and wind foam. Those are the ones I feel like, cut the line in half, make it easiest. Yeah, pop filter, wind foam. So there you go. Now you know the difference. I think the wind foam sounds not as great usually. I think the pop filter doesn't look great to like if I constantly had this on the mic. This would make my videos kind of feel awkward. Now, how do I get around this? You're asking, wait, Brody, why don't you have a pop filter or a wind foam on your mic? Don't you have plosives? Yes, I do. But I have a whole separate video out on mic technique. This microphone, the way I've placed it at a 45-degree angle, the way I talk kind of across it, any wind, any plosives that are coming out of my mouth, Peter Piper would like to promote his Pepper podcast. Instead of, the air is coming this way and not into the mic capsule or the diaphragm. So I'm literally speaking across the axis of the microphone so that, and I've got, trained on mic technique for more than 2 decades. So I don't pop my peas into the microphone, but some people pop their peas into the microphone. They do that. So you can avoid it, but a pop filter, no shame in using it. A wind foam, last ditch effort usually is how I see it. Hey, thanks for being here. Subscribe to Home Studio Pro if you like this type of stuff. I've got lots more on the way. And thumbs up on this video if it ultimately provided you with some value. I'll see you next time.